It's a sad day for Galaxy of Heroes. I never thought the day would come. The CLS doesn't work at this Galactic challenge.
Scraps here, so give it up.
My dead body.
But you know me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to let a little thing like CLS not working in this Galactic challenge stop me from getting that red box, and it won't stop you either, because I've got all of the solutions in the world. That is correct. Okay, so global modifier is Drain Essence. This essentially means your leader and the enemy leader gets an ability that lets them suck off all of the max health and max protection of their allies, or 25% of it, in order to gain a 5% offense boost and take a bonus turn. It is pretty good. But it is monstrous in the hands of Grand Inquisitor, who is our opponent this time. He's got Reva, he's got Ninth Sister, he's got Fifth Brother, he's got Eighth Brother. It's kind of fun. We've got a couple of surprises left though, and it's largely useless to us. So we can't be countered, we've got additional health steal, we gain the cornered ability, which seems to quite literally do nothing for us. But there we go. The enemy has got Imperial Edict. Essentially, the enemy is going to have 30% additional max health and protection, which makes them rather incredibly chunky. The enemy uses a special turn. All of their allies increase their damage they deal by 10%. They do stupid amounts of damage. It's ridiculous, quite frankly, guys. So the feats that we need to do here is win with a team of rebels, and then we need to win after defeating 3 enemies in the same turn, and complete the battle after landing 30 or more dots. Now, I could do this, no problem. You could do it too, without using a GL. If you've got Leia, GL Leia, crack on. Go use GL Leia. I don't have her yet. Stop rubbing it in. But we don't need her. We don't need her. So the first team that we're going to use is going to be Admiral Raddus, and I did go through a little bit of a mod change. Okay, so the team that I'm using is an Admiral Raddus lead. I'm throwing in K2, Cassian, we're throwing in Bistan, and we're throwing in Jin. Now, the only thing I did here was I made K2 as tanky as possible, just maxed out defense sets and all the protection in the world. The rest I chose to mod for speed and tenacity. That tenacity is there because if we resist debuffs, it's going to boost the hope ability on Admiral Raddus. Admiral Raddus's hope ability is an AoE a damage attack that will revive all killed rebels, but it will also place 4 turns of heal immunity on the enemy team. It does a significant amount of damage, so the idea is try to rush to that hope as quickly as possible. Okay, now the others, like I said, I've just modded them for speed and tenacity because I want them to try and at least resist just a little bit, fast as possible. Just put your best mods you possibly can on, and a lot of offense on Raddus because his AoE hope, that does true damage. So the higher your base offense, the more damage it will do. It's not massively powerful, but it is powerful enough. Now let's see the run. Okay, so first and foremost, you want to make sure that your Admiral Raddus doesn't necessarily get ability block out of the gate. You will not outspeed the enemy team. They are too ridiculously fast. So I'm using Jin's second special over there on Reva. Hopefully land the stun. It's not imperative that you do. And you can see, yes, we've got tenacity down, but we will cleanse that soon enough. I'm just using a basic there because I want to try and use the event special ability on Admiral Raddus to ramp his offense. So when we get to that hope, it's going to kill 3 people in 1 turn. So just focusing down on Ninth Sister now, ignore Reva because she will just revive anyway. If you can get rid of Ninth Sister, that just makes it that much easier. Hopefully they do not focus too much of their damage on Raddus, and you can see it gets a little bit hairy, guys. I won't deny it does get hairy. You need to have a little bit of luck that they don't just focus down your Adrad out of the gate. Pass him as many turns as possible, because once we hit that hope, and if you've got that crit over there on Jin, see the damage? 160k from GI there. As soon as we hit that hope, that is what we're looking for, guys. That will revive all of our allies and put that heal immunity on the enemy team, rather. So we're just about to hit hope now, and watch this. This is where the fireworks come. We use the event special ability for more offense. Boom, 3 people die. Even though Reva came back, it still counts for your 3 kills in 1, guys, okay? You'll get the max revive, and the next thing you have to try and do is just survive, do some AoEs. If you can get an AoE off, you can see GI right now has got 5 stacks of expose on him. So if you hit him now, he is going to die. We just need a turn with Admiral Raddus. We didn't get it in time. That's a shame. It's okay. We still have revives available to us. Any AoEs, any survivability that we can do is going to be good. Don't worry about sapping Jin's stats because as long as Adrad is alive, she cannot die. So keep on sapping her stats with the event special ability to ramp Admiral Raddus's offense, and you should be okay. It won't be done in one turn, it won't be done in one attempt. You'll have to go at it a little bit because, quite frankly, the RNG is kind of nutty. But K2, they're saving the day with a counterattack. Now, I did do this more than once. As you can see, I'll just skip ahead here. You can see that it gets hairy, but you can still recover everything and get everything back. It's not a once and done sort of thing. It's not a fluke run or a cherry picked run. I did it back to back twice. Can be done, but it is a little bit difficult. Like I said, if you do have GL layer available to you, use that. It will be better for you. It will be easier for you. But if you don't, just be prepared to remod your Adrad and have some fun with it. Try and ramp up his offense and get a big hope out there to deal with the enemy team as quickly as possible. But that doesn't deal with everything that we need to have done, does it? Because we still need to get all of those dots available to us, because that does not deal with the dots that we need to land. So let's take a look at a non-GL dot team as well. So the team that we're going to take in is actually a full Darth Revan team, except, you swap out one and put Darth Vader in. Now you can try and do this with the likes of, say, Trey, and it can work, but again, very RNG based. Using Darth Revan, the reason we're using his leadership is that if we get to a point where we reduce one of the enemy's max hit points to below 50%, we'll put Death Mark on GI, and that's really the idea behind it, is you want to try and kill that Grand Inquisitor as soon as possible, because he just ramps just an insane amount of damage. Now, I don't actually want to trigger his fear. I want to keep him afraid. He's going to be too afraid to face us, I hope. Because as soon as he takes a turn, he's probably just going to kill your entire team, which is rather scary if you ask me. Now, you do need Darth Vader to be able to take a goddamn turn, because as soon as he does that, then, oh, here we go, baby, here we go. We'll go into Merciless Massacre. We'll drop the dots, maybe not on GI. We'll drop the dots over here. Boom. And let's go ahead and throw a Culling Blade. Now, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I kind of messed it up. Okay, GI is dead. We've done one Force Crush. We do actually need to get another Force Crush. But now with GI dead, we could just control the enemy team rather well with our fears. If we get one more Force Crush off of Vader, then we will absolutely hit all the dots that we are required to hit, and everybody will be happy. I need 2 more turns with Vader in order to make that happen. Again, I'm not going to disrupt any of this fear going on, because I don't want the enemy team taking any turns, if at all possible. So, have to focus on Reva right now. Let's see, can we get that shock on her? Lovely. There's still one person over there. I mean, I could use the event special ability to cycle round to fear a little bit sooner, but I'd rather do that when I'm guaranteed to get the AoE fear off. So, once again, 8th brother over there is still looking rather scary. We don't actually need to be focusing on Reva, but I want to keep as many people alive when we go for this. Oh, here we go. If I do this, I should be able to get an AoE fear off. Reva's going to revive. Ah, that's a shame. I was hoping that Ninth Sister would stay alive, but this Force Crush here should be enough for us to draw a line under our dot feats, and we can now just do whatever we like. I don't necessarily dissuade you from using the event special ability now with Darth Revan, because he will ramp so much offense by absorbing all of his allies' stats that it makes this very, very easy. Yes, you will lose some units, and that's completely acceptable. I'm going to life drain on Reva, even though it doesn't really do much damage, and then we're just going to use the event special abilities over here to try and ramp the offense on our Darth Revan. Super smashing great. Should be absolutely fine at this point. We've even got the buff immunity there. Let's go ahead and pass that fear out. Reva's just got 1 life left. Completely acceptable. See if we can get the ability block. Lovely. And I'm just going to focus my attacks on Reva because I'm confident that we will be able to deal with the enemy with Darth Revan and AoEs. See them all dropping like absolute flies now. Passing out more fear. Focusing on Reva. Take that bonus turn. Keep ramping the offense. Look at Darth Revan's health right now. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't it magical? Lovely jubbly. We might as well throw out 1 round of dots once more, and we should be good. There we go. And that, I feel, is the easiest way of getting the feats done for Crush Them if you're not going to use a GL. Okay? If you do have someone like Lord Vader, the dots feats become even easier. So all I would recommend you do is take the exact same team, except drop Darth Vader and put in Lord Vader. If you've got Malgus as well, you could drop the Sith Empire Trooper and throw Malgus in instead of him, and it's just very, very easy at that point. Now, the reason it's very easy for Vader is because Lord Vader, whenever he takes a turn, is going to put 2 dots on the entire enemy team. And whenever he uses Force Crush, he applies 6 dots to everybody. So it's kind of a no-brainer. You just sort of go in and kind of win, basically. You know, he has a GL after all, so it's not exactly going to be too difficult for you. Just spread that fear as much as possible. Focus down 1 unit at a time. If you can get that death mark over there on Grand Inquisitor, all the better, because it will just make your life so much easier. Like I said, use the event special ability, you gain the bonus turn and an extra attack, and we've already got the dots. Like, it's already done, you know? That's how quick and easy it is with Lord Vader instead. So let's get that fear over there on Reva. I'm just going to focus all my damage on her because the enemies will die from dots and AoEs and all that good business. If I can just focus on her so we can chew through all of her stacks, use the event special ability with Darth Revan as frequently as possible. AoEs for the fun of it, why not? Get the heal immunity on Reva as well. You're not going to hit the ultimate, obviously, on Lord Vader. It's just going to take far too long to actually build up, but I don't think you should really be worrying yourselves too much about that. Once again, event special ability, bonus turn, more fear. The enemy just doesn't get to do anything against this team, which is really what makes it so very strong. Pretty certain we can put this on auto right now. I think Reva's got 2 more lives left. Yes, Darth Malak, you can't actually absorb all of her life. But yeah, it's not too bad, guys. It's not too bad. The Adrad one is, I think, the easiest Rebel team that is not GL layer. Get that one done. Yes, it'll take a little bit of RNG, a little bit of luck, but it shouldn't be too difficult for you guys. And then you can go in with Darth Revan and Lord Vader or Darth Vader, or both if you're feeling particularly, you know, dotty, I guess. Jobs are good. Jobs are good. Now, you might be wondering why the Tash, guys. Well, that is because your boy Scribble here is, of course, doing Movember. I'm not going to link it just now because I think there's a far more important charity case that you guys could be getting involved with, and that is with APGAINS. I'm going to do a separate video on this, but honestly, guys, please go over to APGAINS' channel, check out his GoFundMe. There is a link in the description down below. All I can say, it is a very worthwhile cause, and it is incredible what this community is able to do to support its own content creators and their allies. Okay, it's not my place to talk about it right now, but I will do a separate video on it. If you can spare even $1 for APGAINS, he really does need it, guys. Let's see what we can do. All right, peace out. May the Force be with you.